Okay, welcome back to another episode of The Rundown. I guess we can call this after. We're going to call this the spooky edition. We're going to talk about another update with what's going on with Mila Kunis and her husband Ashton Kutcher. Some Nun 2 talk and Goosebumps. I'm not going to watch that, but we have our horror movie expert with us today, joining us tonight on The Rundown, your show for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. I'm your host, Chris Fagan. Like I said, we have our horror expert here. Now, I'm not going to tell you who just yet because I have to run down the whole damn thing. Guys, remember to subscribe to the podcast. We don't just stream live on YouTube. We also have a podcast. And if you want to send your topics, rundowns of your own, you have a list, your questions, comments, concerns, you can call us at 281-406-1993. Send your super chat during the live show. If you're here with us live, follow us on all the socials, become a member and all that good stuff. And without further ado, since I did say that I had a guest here, the horror expert, the queen herself, she's back. Now that all the cooties are gone.
Yes.
Tyler Cossey, hey, welcome back, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
Everything is flawed. The eyebrows are great.
Okay, disclaimer: my eyebrows are super dark.
Awesome. They're great.
Thank you.
Like she's what is it called? Self-deprecating? Is that what it is?
Is that what it is?
You're just
self-conscious.
You're just being hard on yourself for no reason. So we're just gonna call it out.
Okay, but you can't lie. My eyebrows are really dark. Guys, what do you think? Tell us
The only person who so I purposely put her on the spot because I already know that after the film stops rolling, the stream stops, she's gonna probably punch me right in the nose. It's like, yeah. She said she's checking to make sure.
I'm watching the chat.
They're making sure that nobody heard that. But yeah, they're all gonna laugh at you. Don't go to the prom. They're all gonna laugh. But guys, like I said, we're gonna talk about some topics like we normally do, some entertainment news stuff, some things that were suggested by we were supposed to have a full panel here, but some people couldn't make it. Even the great Mrs. Christopher Fagan. Yes, right, I call her that. We're old school in this house. She's my wife.
That is awful. You almost said property. That is
horrible. I own her and all of her legal rights.
It's 2023, sir.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it though? She's like, I'm like 100 years ago, our marriage wouldn't even be legal. We're not even going to talk about She's like, what the fuck? Like, what is this?
See, yeah, we need to get out of that era and come to the new times.
It's like, uncomfortable. Don't erase history, folks. All right. Let's get into the topics. Like I said, we have some things we're gonna run down. We're gonna do the show like we normally do. So talk about some hot topics or entertainment news stuff. Then we're gonna go into movies. There's a little theme for the movies today. So we're gonna, since Tyler's here, since she's our horror movie enthusiast, is that fair to say?
Very fair, yeah.
That we're gonna talk about horror-based film. So let's get right into it. But the first topic of the week, if you don't mind, help me out. What is the first topic we got going on? Speaking of horror movies.
Watch NSYNC Reunite in studio for the first time in 20 plus years for upcoming single Love Letter to Our Fans. This headline comes in from people.com. The legendary boy band is back together for their new single Better Place, and Justin Timberlake called in the favor.
What do you think about this whole thing with NSYNC? Were you an NSYNC fan?
Of course, yeah. I grew up on NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears and all of that. But NSYNC was my favorite boy band.
They were the winners in your book. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie. I had all their albums.
NSYNC really does go hard. To this day, you can still jam some of their music.
There was a song on I think it was the No String Attached album that I feel like it was so underrated, and it was the subject. I can't remember the title of it, but the subject matter of it was about dealing with a person that you're dating that's only interested in you for your fame. Uh-huh. And I thought the lyrics of that song were that was the song that made me go, I think this is going to be the boy band that's going to win this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all subjective. I mean, there's probably some Backstreet Boy fanatics that would like punch me in the dick for saying this. But I don't know. It was just something about NSYNC. I don't know. What was it for you that made them that group? Do you think this is a good idea, this reunion?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like groups coming back together recently. So it's nice it's expected, I guess, that they would join suit and do that as well. I think it's probably a smart move for them. I mean, they look really old.
Wow.
But look at new kids.
Tell us
on
how
the
you really
block.
feel.
Like, so I feel like people my generation or like my sister's generation who still goes to New Kid on the Block concerts to this day because that's what they grew up with. There are going to be people like me, not me actually, but people my age that will totally be here for this or would go to like a reunion concert or something.
Yeah. I thought that this was I think this is a test for if they're really going to do like a full album. Me and Joy were talking about this yesterday. I think we were debating on whether or not this is going to be like a reunion thing. Are they really going to do more than just this song? I think it's for the third Trolls movie. I think that's what.
Is it?
I think that's what this for. And I'll get to the story in a second. But I think that because Justin Timberlake himself is coming out with a new album. Him, Timberland, and what's her face, Nelly Furtado, came back with a new song.
Nice, I didn't know that.
I think they're about to do. He's about to drop his new album. I think his albums are gonna always do well because he has a fan base. I think this album is going to do not as well as his last album. And that's going to be the thing that's going to make him go, okay, let's see what this NSYNC reunion thing can do. Yeah. And I have a theory that an NSYNC album will sell more than a Justin Timberlake's his whatever album he's about to drop now. I don't know why. People would probably think we were crazy believing that, but I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think the thing that's going to push him over the edge and goes, fine, we'll do a song, we'll do a new album together. It's going to be when his album doesn't sell as much.
Yeah.
I have a theory, maybe not, or maybe he's still too good. I don't know.
I don't know. What makes you think his next album won't be as good as his last?
I'm not saying it won't be as good. I just think as time goes by, I mean, I think the trajectory is going, down.
Yeah.
People like Beyonce, Beyonce
true.
goes up, Taylor Swift goes.
Yeah.
There's certain artists whose trajectory goes steady or up. I don't believe I haven't. You know what I'm talking? I'm actually talking about this shit as if I did look at the numbers. I didn't even look at the numbers. I'm probably just talking out of my ass. But I have a feeling that this album won't do as good, and then that might be the thing that'll convince him. Okay, let's do a NSYNC, because I feel like the Backstreet Boys reunion stuff is just a legendary thing where they can fill up a certain stadium. They can get butts in the seats, but it's never going to be the way it was in 2001 or 1999.
Oh, yeah.
It's never going to be like that again. But
yeah,
I mean, but the fans are still there.
Like that tour that comes to Houston sometimes.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. There's a word for it. But it's like Pretty Ricky and like a bunch of like old R&B. Old, I say old. Like older like R&B like artists and groups from like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The something tour. I forget what it's called.
The Old Folks Home Tour.
But yeah, so like people go crazy, girls especially go crazy for that tour every time they come. They do it, I think like yearly or something.
The New Cougars, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm trying to convince my daughter to come with me to this concert so she can see what it was all about. Like, I'm like, oh okay. I mean, but this was from what was it? People.com. It said NSYNC is about to take us to a better place. A world where they're back together in the studio. In case you missed the group's surprise appearance at the VMAs or their several silly viral reunion clips, the 8-time Grammy-nominated boy band are making headlines yet again. At this time, it's not for an album anniversary. It's for their upcoming comeback single. So on Thursday, after the announcement that their single, Better Place, will appear on the soundtrack of Universal's Troll Band Together, group member Justin Timberlake posted a behind-the-scenes clip of all the guys, himself, JC, is it Chazez, Joey Fatone, Lance Bass, and Chris Kirkpatrick back together again in the studio for the song's recording. I won't click on the.
Itzy says she's here for Itzy says she's here for an NSYNC reunion tour.
I forgot to.
And Jesus says, I would laugh so hard if NSYNC did a song called NSYNC Back. I'm a fan of both. I've been a fan since elementary.
Let me try to get their messages up. I forgot to.
And Jesus also said, my eyebrows are perfect. Thank you.
See, I told you. She's just always been her worst critic. She's just trying to give herself a hard time. So I always feel like the best way to acknowledge that is just to call it out. And I'll take the risk of getting punched in the throat later. It's fine. It's fine. Hold on, let me get this up.
It has begun.
All right. So because I forgot to set this up before the show, I want to get your guys' comments up. But yeah, no, I agree. I think I just have a funny feeling that the band's gonna. I feel like an NSYNC reunion is about to happen. It's gonna be after this Justin Timberlake album does okay. I just feel like it'll do okay.
If NSYNC does a reunion tour, we all collectively as a group have to go.
I can't sanction.
It's not up for debate.
Wow.
We have to go.
I'm no longer free to make my own damn decisions anymore. There's the chat. Okay, I got you guys up now, guys. All right. So let me make sure that it's up and running. There we go. There. It should be working. Tell me if this pops up on the screen, please, while I'm stalling. Where is it? Can you see this? Did that pop up?
No.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Brianna Jasmine says an earlier stream. Did we start early? No, we
were kind of late.
We were kind of late.
It's after dark.
Yeah, and early.
Maybe we're less late than usual.
I mean, I was super late yesterday.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe
because we had it was a Zoom's issue. I can try to do. Jesus was asking if there was a chance to patch in. I didn't. While I was doing the prep for the show, I didn't anticipate doing Zoom today, so I didn't set it up, and there was an issue with it yesterday. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that fixed while I'm in the middle of doing the show. So, if I got to figure out what that problem is, or I got to find another alternative to Zoom. Okay, but I guess it'll be fine. I mean, it's Justin Timberlake and the Jackson 5. They'll be great. They'll be fine. Let's move on to the next topic of the week. What's the next one?
Some local news. A new season of Love is Blind to take place in Houston, for better or worse. This headline comes in from secrethouston.com. Season 5 of the reality TV show Love is Blind is filming in Houston and will premiere this September. It is September.
That was this. I should have put this month.
Oh.
Yeah. The new season of Love is Blind, a show that I am super duper I've never seen one episode.
I love Love is Blind.
I've never watched one episode. Is this on Netflix?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
How many seasons has it?
Well, this will be season 5.
What?
Love is Blind is so good.
I've never watched. What for the people like for me that don't know anything about this? What is this show about?
Okay, so people live.
People live
in a place.
Okay.
Yeah, girls on one side, guys on the other,
All
and
right.
every night they go on dates. But their dates there's a wall blocking them from the person they're on the date with, like a room with the wall in the middle, and they can talk through the wall and get to know all the people, but they can't see anything that they look like. And so after a while, they're dating all these people. They kind of like narrow it down to like their top ones.
Okay.
And then at the end, they pick the one that they want to marry. And then at the end, the guy proposes. And it gets kind of juicy because some girls will be literally fighting over a guy that they've never seen. And then he has to pick, like, he's in love with both of them, but he has to pick one to propose to. Then after, usually it's about 4 or 5 actually do get engaged. The rest of them either don't find anybody or...
These things mostly never work out.
Yeah, but some of them do. Some people are literally still together to this day from season 1. And then they get married. Well, they go on a honeymoon, and then they have to live together. It's all like a matter of 6 weeks. So it goes honeymoon, live together, marriage. And the end of it is, do you say I do or do you say I don't at the end? And it's all, the question is love really blind? Like, can you fall in love with someone without ever seeing them? And at the end, it's always about 50-50. Like, half of them end up getting married and half of them don't. Oh, and like, it gets really juicy, though, whenever there's a guy on one side of the wall and he has, like, 2 girls he's really feeling. And then he picks the less cute one. And then he has to go on the honeymoon, but they're all together on the honeymoon, and he sees the girl he turned down.
Oh, yeah. And then the temptation comes, and then it turns into Temptation Island?
Yeah, literally.
So now we've established And thank you for that recap. For now, we've established why I've never watched this show. I'm just not a reality TV type of person. The only reason why this is even a subject is because they're doing the auditions here in Houston.
I had several friends who went on auditions.
Oh, yeah, you did. So
several friends.
So what did they tell you what it was like? What any hot gasp?
I know that like one of my friends, he went really far in the audition, and they ended up he was lying because it is Houston, and so you're not supposed to know any of the other cast. He did know a girl on there, so they both said like, we're just going to say we don't know each other.
Right.
And they agreed, and they were both going to get on, and they found out they were friends on Instagram. Like,
I was about to say, that Instagram
and
tag.
they both got like kicked off like near the end of like the auditioning rounds.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, I asked for some hot gossip. You delivered. It's like, oh yeah, they thorough. Netflix ain't fucking around. They like, I was like, so Netflix is like CSI when it comes to that shit. So I guess they don't want any lawsuits and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't want to have to put any of those guys to shame. So I will honorably just bow out this season.
Yeah, I think not being married is a criteria too.
I mean, polyamorous is blind. I mean, is that a thing? Is that possible?
There's probably a show for that.
I
think it's called Sister Wives. You're on the wrong one. like Temptation Poly Island or something like that. That would come on, I'm writing this stuff for you guys. Come on. I mean, that's the show. I can already hear Joy's probably watching right now. Like I'm on his ass, Joy. I got you.
She literally that's the catchphrase. I don't share, and if you bring it up again, I will punch you in the dick.
As it should be.
That was her vows to me. I will punch you in the dick, to having to hold, to death do us part. No,
and to punch you in the dick.
And to punch you in the dick. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, that was the reason why we brought this one up. I don't know. Are you guys in the chats? Do you watch Love Is Blind? What do we got?
Dixie says she is obsessed with Love Is Blind, which is why we're homies. And then she also said that she was in a relationship at the time when they were casting, but she should have went. And I second that. You would have killed it, girl.
I said, oh yeah, I'm obsessed with Lib. You libs are obsessed with Love Is Blind. And okay, there we go. Yeah, I saw. What is it? I saw when they were casting you. Yeah, that's why I thought you guys were bringing this up as a topic. I'm like, are you guys gonna audition?
Oh, it's too late now.
I mean, would you, if they ever come back around, would you ever go for it?
Yeah, I would if I was single at the time. Yeah.
Go and if you knew somebody on the cast, would you try to do what they did, like pretend like we don't know each other, hurry up and get on Instagram and delete that shit?
Definitely.
They're watching right now. Well,
we might have to scrub this episode
they scratch
one day.
Cross her out like Tyler Cossey. No. But I mean, let us know if you guys are in the Houston area, and if you have you were one of the guys who auditioned for it, guys or girls out there. And if you were the ones that were kicked off, what happened? What did you do?
I'm interested to see what how they're gonna like portray Houston when it's all like filmed here.
I hope they don't. They try to over southern it.
My God, right?
Because Houston is the fourth fucking largest city in the world. We don't all ride horses.
Season 4 was in Dallas, Texas.
Did they
I'm confused. No, they didn't. But I'm confused as to why they went from Dallas to Houston. Like, why don't you get out of Texas? I mean, I know we're awesome, but
did our governor like pay Netflix extra?
Right?
He's like, I like that revenue. Like, I don't know. Maybe the governor was trying. Maybe the governor's a fan. Shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I saw it. I thought it was interesting. I saw some local news right there. So yeah, you guys in the Houston area, hit us up. Let us know here on the rundown what went down. Why did you get kicked off the show? Or if you made it, let us know. I want to talk to you guys.
Jesus has a question. I have an answer. He says, why not just be blindfolded instead of being behind walls? And the reason for that is they go on very long dates together. So, like, they'll literally be on one side, like, drinking wine and, like...
No, Jesus is right. That would be the show. Because they'd be falling down and stuff. Yeah, blindfold them. Blindfold them. That is funny as hell. No, I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Okay, that defeats the purpose of Love Is Blind because you can't
Love is in the hospital.
But that is a good show idea. Just watch people
just bumping into stuff. And
they're trying to have their first kiss.
Yeah,
and
they keep missing their face. And like, there's dates like that. There's restaurants where there's no light.
Yeah, that sounds awful to me.
I mean,
I don't want to put something in my mouth if I can't see what it is. Food-wise.
I was waiting for it.
I gotta watch what I say over here.
Ha cha cha
But like
cha
if you're
cha.
eating food and you don't know what you're about
Yeah.
to taste, I couldn't imagine.
I would never
Yeah.
would never do it. Oh, I'm gonna hit this button because I forgot to. That's a clip. So
No,
for the vertical clips that I got on the recording right here, there's a button that I can push that will. Or is this the button? Oh shit! Maybe I pushed the wrong button. Vertical clip.
It's for the reels.
Yeah, for like
I want to be on a reel.
if I want to do a snap of like the last. I set it to 2 minutes, so I made sure to clip that.
Did you got me on there?
Oh, I am recording, but
okay.
I made sure to
Gotcha.
hit the button for
Great.
that.
That's gonna go down in history.
Oh, don't worry. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's okay. I'm totally here to be made fun of.
Like self-deprecation. It's all good. Yeah. All right. What do we got for the next topic?
All right. Another update on a topic that was covered on the rundown last night. It looks like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis resigned from anti-child sex abuse organization following Danny Masterson controversy. This headline comes in from Yahoo Entertainment.
I knew it. I said it yesterday. I said there will be more fallout. That the whole thing we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
You said was that one of the topics that you wanted to talk to
this one
discuss?
is juicy for me. This whole situation is so juicy.
How do you feel about the whole situation about them writing that letter on behalf of Danny Masterson in their situation? I have my opinion.
It's a bad look.
Tabs had her opinion. We had different opinions on it. But you think it was a bad? You said it was a bad look.
Yeah, it was a bad look, and I don't think they were expecting anyone to ever see it other than the judge.
Right.
So the fact that it's out and it's public, it's not a good look for them. I mean, they're literally, backdooring somebody who was convicted of the R word. That's what I was. That's mostly what I was getting at. I mean, Tabatha took the position of. We don't know how close their friendship is. They would consider themselves like brothers or like family, like as close as family. And in that situation, even my own, I'm paraphrasing what she said yesterday. What if it was her child that was up? Just because. Oh, it's different if it's kids though.
And
you have to support your kids.
And I understood her argument that there are people in your life that are as close as family. But at the same time, my pushback to that was that as far as society, it's more understandable if his actual blood relatives were writing those letters. Mm-hmm. Anybody who's not a blood relative, especially your mom and dad, anything outside of mom and dad, is fair game for all that scrutiny. Yeah. Hell, I'm sure even his mom and dad would probably still even be scrutinized by a lot of people for defending him. It would be more understandable because that's your son. Yeah. But as a former coworker, he might be as close to me as a brother. But I'm not
saying that I don't get it. I mean,
right.
I don't get it because I can't. I'm not in the position, but I can't see myself, even a sibling of mine. I couldn't see myself writing that if I knew they actually harmed somebody.
Right.
But at the same time, I can understand where if you love somebody, you want to take up for them. Maybe they don't even believe it's true, for all we know.
I said the same thing yesterday. Yeah. Like maybe they 100% don't believe that he's guilty. Yeah. And for that I can understand that. But their letter that they wrote, it didn't even really acknowledge what he did. They just kept it to the subject of how he was.
Yeah, but the letter looked like ChatGPT wrote it to me. It was a strange one. I mean, it was like it didn't just say like he's a great guy and we really care about him and his child will miss him. Please don't lock him up too long. He has a kid. He has a family. It was like he is the greatest person I have ever known.
Yeah.
Like whoa.
I mean, you can't even if this was their son, even if Ashton and Mila were his mother and father, you cannot take the position of, well, he never did that to me.
Yeah.
I mean that really does spit in the face of the victims.
100%.
So it's. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bad look. Like it looks bad. Do they have their own reasonings for doing it? I'm sure they do, but they're not going to come back. I mean, they'll probably come back. It's Hollywood, and people don't really care that much. But there are going to be people out there there are going to be fans that they've lost forever over this, and people that really hate them, especially victims themselves and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is
just like you said, coming back to today, where the Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis had to resign because they were a part of an organization that was against child abuse. And I'm sure of abuse of any kind.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first things that people were bringing up. Like, well, what about this organization? No, they brought it up in their apology video.
Yeah.
Like, we were not, just because we wrote this letter, it does not mean that we are against victims. We are.
It just feels so hypocritical to me.
On this organization.
Yeah.
And when I heard them say that on that video, I was like, well, that's probably the first thing y'all are about to lose, because that is a bad look.
Yeah.
For you guys to have.
Yeah, I mean, you're a chairman on this organization,
board,
and you're writing a letter for
on behalf of a
convicted abuser.
Yeah.
So.
Because, well, you're right. They weren't taken off. They didn't have to resign when he was just accused. But after the conviction, and you know what? And I don't even believe they would have been taken off even after the conviction. But when you write the letter to try to lower this, it looks like support.
You're supporting the opposite side now.
You can tell yourself until you're blue in the face that this wasn't about being against the victims. This was just support for the person that I knew.
Same
That's
thing.
one. It's one and the same in as far as other people.
Yeah, and
especially to the victim.
There's more stuff going on. We don't have to get into it right now because it's really
It's deep. Yeah.
So deep, but it's about Ashton Kutcher and his past, and Mila Kunis' past, and part of it is like women coming out saying that like you knew what he was back when XYZ happened with me, or you witnessed this happen with him and me. And there was one specifically, it was a woman who was dating Danny Masterson. And she's also she's accused him of like forcing himself on her and something, I don't know. And she's like, Ashton watched this happen before. I've been on speakerphone with him saying like stick to the plan and say I was with you this night when she's.
So a lot of accusations of some treacherous stuff.
Yeah, nothing that Ashton has done himself, but stuff that he's witnessed and
or knew
knew his Danny's character and always stood by his side over the years. So I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot of people doing these deep dives, finding all this old dirt and bringing it up. So. And
it was something that I commented on this channel after yesterday's episode. Somebody was saying that they couldn't understand why they even got a conviction for Danny Masterson with all that little bit of evidence. And I had to remind them. I said, look, I understand that court TV is, we like to watch it and we think we know everything because we're hearing what the judge is saying, what the lawyers are saying. All this evidence is coming out. Ooh, this is. But even in the televised court scenarios and where we're witnessing the trial happen in real time, we are still only getting a fraction of the evidence that the jury and the judge and everybody really knows. Even on a televised court show, it's a fraction of all the evidence. And the jury themselves, they're the ones that are looking at all the evidence, not just a fraction that the public is getting. So when you come to the conclusion of, I can understand your feelings about it. If maybe it's one of your favorite actors, you want to support them no matter what because you just can't believe it. But in reality, the way the system is supposed to work, I know it doesn't work for all the time, but in reality, the jury is getting all that information that we're not even going to ever hear or know about. And this is the reasons why they came to the decisions that they came with. You might not agree with it, but maybe if you were on that jury and you heard and you saw all the evidence, you might change. You might be. I got to convict. Yeah. So, any final thing on? Are you surprised about them having to resign? You think there's more to come? What's your final verdict on this?
I'm not surprised they had to resign, but the situation just keeps getting juicier and juicier. So I'm here for it.
The fallout continues. Saga. There was a song in the 80s. The saga must continue. You wouldn't believe just what we've been through.
Lord.
Oh, is Cheeto messing with you?
Yeah.
Got the cats in the building. All right, what's the next topic of the day? Is that that was it for entertainment news portion of it, right? We're going to reviews, movie. Like I said, since Tyler's here, we're gonna stick with the theme of horror. We tried to keep it with the horror stuff.
I appreciate that.
And
thank you.
Starting with what's the next review movie topic or TV show topic?
The new Goosebumps cast is seen screaming in terror at first look image, hinting at encounters with famous villains from the series. The Disney Plus Goosebumps show is confirmed and will be released October 13th, 2023, with the first 5 episodes available at once for Halloween viewing.
I totally forgot, or maybe I overlooked it. I think I heard that about a Goosebumps series, but when I saw this on the notes or when you, I forgot who was it. Was it you?
I sent it, yeah.
You sent and you said maybe we could talk about Goosebumps. I was like, Goosebumps, like the old. I was thinking about the Jack Black
you were
movie.
Like, huh?
I'm like, what the hell? Why? And I'm not a Goosebumps guy. I never read the books. I never watched the shows. I never watched the movies.
I have a huge Goosebumps collection at
You
my
do?
house. I should have brought it. Yeah, I have like all the movies and probably like 100 books.
Justin Long, right? Is it? I pointing at the right thing right there, Justin Long. The second I saw his picture, I'm in.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch. I love Justin Long. We were just talking about what was that movie? We were just talking about.
Barbarian.
We were just talking about Barbarian.
Yeah.
I loved him in that. I loved it. He was.
He's our Scream King, or however you want to say
Is
it.
he
He's our spooky king. Yeah.
Who would be the current Scream queen right
Jenna
now?
Ortega, Mia Goth.
I'm waiting for a name. There's a name that I'm hoping you might say.
Don't put me on the spot.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
American Horror Story.
Oh, Emma Roberts.
There you go.
Yes.
I think she is definitely a Scream
I mean,
queen.
she was the lead actress in the show
in
called
the show.
Scream Queen.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of good Scream Queens out right now, though. It's a whole new generation of Scream Queens because there's way more female leads in horror movies these days. So we have a lot of girls. But my favorite, Mia Goth.
Mia Goth is she's the GOAT right now. Isn't she supposed to be in Blade?
I don't know.
Mia from what's the show called? X, the movie.
Yeah, X.
She's in Blade in Mahershala Ali's new Blade.
I love that.
She's
her.
cast on that. She's about to be in Blade if they ever do the damn movie. But Goosebumps, you said you've seen the series, you've seen the book, you've read the books. That's your jam. Oh, let me do. Oh, I'm doing you a disservice. I told you I was gonna have that up.
Thank you.
But you said you've seen the. What about how did the Jack Black one go? Was that any good? Was that decent?
I mean, it was cute. I mean, it's a kids show, so like
can my kids watch Goosebumps?
I would. Well, how old are they?
12, 9, 8.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. They should watch Goosebumps for sure. They should read Goosebumps everything. Goosebumps is great for kids.
Okay. I mean, but I see that damn doll. I'm like, I don't like that. You got to remember, I'm black. That doll freaks me the fuck out. You know, we don't play.
Yeah.
I mean.
Okay, so don't bring my Chucky doll up here. Got it.
Right. I will revoke your black card. She showed me she has a black card. She's officially a member. She was invited to the cookout.
Thanks.
I will revoke that shit. But yeah, okay. Goosebumps. I mean, hey, if you like it, I love it. I mean, anything, you've been watching the chat, anybody?
Yeah, well, they made, Disney Plus did a remake of Are You Afraid of the Dark, which also has a very special place in my heart, and they did a really good job. Yeah, so I'm here for the new Goosebumps.
Jesus says Justin Long is the coolest actor ever.
Hell yeah.
I agree with that. He continues on. I think it was wrong to release the character letter from going back to Mila and Ashton, character letter and Ashton cause that should have been private, and I say sue the courts. But did anybody say that those were? I mean, because even in televised court proceedings, sometimes the family members are allowed to read those letters for everybody to hear. I don't think there was an assumption of privacy for those.
Well, they said in their apology statement that they did.
That they thought that it was for the judge.
Yeah, well, they said this was for the judge. Like, that was their words. And they didn't say, like, we thought only the judge would see it. But they were like,
but that's how it came off to me. It was like, we're only, to me, it came like.
Y'all weren't supposed to see that.
Yeah, I apologize that you found out. That's how it came off. But,
it did.
All right, what's the instead of going back, let's go forward. I'll recap the chats in a little bit. But what's topic number 5?
All right, The Nun 2 took the number 1 spot in the box office with 32 million. Bad reading numbers. Over $32.5 million.
Right.
Followed by The Equalizer 3 with 12 million. It's a big difference. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 with 10 million. Jawan at number 4 with 6 million, and Barbie holding on to the 5th spot with 5 million. Let's talk about The Nun 2.
I was gonna try to go see it today, but I got caught up with trying to fix what was going on with Zoom and all this stuff, so I didn't get a chance to see it. So you're on your own.
Okay.
With the review, you got to see it last week? So
I dressed
overall,
up as a nun and everything. I should have sent pictures.
I saw you had these like the black
Yeah,
dot
it
like
was-
tears,
yeah.
like she was like crying like people's pain.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Thank you. It's like my second time to ever cosplay.
Like like in comparison with the Nun 1. I enjoyed Nun 1. How
I
did you
enjoyed the
feel
Nun
about
one too. I did. Nun 2's way better.
It was better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't hold back when it came to the jump scares and the effects, and I mean, it was really good. They did their thing. There was a lot of good scares.
That's good.
Again, it's not like a movie with like a plot that you're just gonna it's gonna blow your mind, but it's gonna keep you entertained, and I jumped a few times. I'm a jumpy person. I like to get scared and jump, but I mean, yeah, it was good. Lots of good scares. Really good effects.
So as far as what is it? Let me go down the cast list. Is it Tasha Farminga? That's Sister Irene.
Yeah.
You said her.
Okay,
her
so she
performance?
she was in American Horror Story season 1 and 3, and maybe some more. She's a Scream Queen too.
Yeah.
And she's sisters with Vera Farminga.
From The Conjuring.
Yes.
Which
In the same
everybody,
universe,
I love
yeah.
the fact that they called that out, that they're actual sisters in real life. So everybody's hoping for a crossover.
crossover, yeah.
It is in the same universe. It's technically always crossover was always happening in this movie. But there is did you stay for the after?
I did.
So there for those of you who don't know this, if you haven't seen it, there's about this. Might be a spoiler if you don't want to hear it.
It doesn't spoil the movie at all.
Doesn't spoil the movie,
yeah.
but there's something that happened. Okay, so the 3, 2, 1, get ready to hear it. You said they said that there was a end credit scene with her sister's character from The Conjuring, Miss Lorraine. Is it Lorraine Warren? Mm-hmm. So did they meet or did they just show her? What kind of went down?
Basically, it's Lorraine and Ed Warren at home, and they get a phone call. And they're like, I can't remember what they said. But basically, somebody called them. They need their help. So they're basically teasing another Conjuring or another something.
So
in
either
we're getting a new Conjuring universe movie.
So either what would you prefer? Would you prefer that this tie-in would be in the Conjuring franchise, like maybe Sister Irene visits the Warrens, or would you rather it be in Nun 3, where the Warrens come to help Sister Irene? There's people who have a theory that they are related in the universe because people think that they have similar powers, like of sight or visions and stuff like that. I can't remember did Sister Irene have that power? Mm-mm. She was just being chased being haunted by this nun. I didn't think she had.
I don't remember the Nun 1 too much, but
I
definitely
gotta
in the Nun 2,
it.
there's no powers or anything.
Yeah.
She's just haunted.
I was like, I don't remember Sister Irene having powers, but if she does, then maybe they're related in.
Yeah, and I think the fact that they put this end credit at the end of this movie, I think they are teasing a crossover.
Well, the next Conjuring movie is in development. From what I
really?
remember, I think there's only been 3.
No, there's like 4 now. The last
one was The Devil Made Me Do It. That was
Was it 4 or 3?
I think there was only 3.
Chat, somebody look it up and tell us.
Yeah, but obviously though, this is either it's or maybe it's both. It's either an advertisement for a crossover event that's going to happen in Conjuring, the next installment of Conjuring, or the Nun 3, or both. I mean, but if you had a preference, what would you prefer?
I would like Ed and Lorraine to come help her in the Nun universe.
And then you want them to,
yeah,
because they faced the nun in part 2, didn't they? In Conjuring 2, she's faced the nun. That scene, the scene where the nun was behind the picture of the nun, and then she ran.
Yeah.
So she's faced the Warren.
Well, I mean, they've teased the nun in all the Conjurings. They teased the nun just like they've teased Annabelle and like other things.
Oh yeah, Annabelle's been in and out of the Conjuring and her own franchise for a minute. That I think I was watching The Devil Made Me Do It, and there was a person who didn't believe that the Warrens were legit, and they were like, "What did they say? Oh, let's introduce them to Annabelle." And then he came back like in the courthouse, Your Honor, this shit is real. Like, so it was pretty awesome. So, okay, good. Okay, box office overall. So this week, last week, The Nun took the top spot. You ran down the 5. Let's talk a little bit about the other movies you guys saw at the top of this week. Let's talk. What's the next? What was that movie? That you guys,
Haunting in Venice.
The Haunting. You guys got to see it. What was that Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, you got to see it early. We decided to talk about it. Today. The movie comes out today.
Mm-hmm.
Where does this rank with you? The Haunting.
Oh, it's low.
It wasn't. It wasn't what you expected.
It wasn't a bad movie.
Like, what did you go in expecting?
A Haunting in Venice.
It wasn't. So the Haunting in Venice lacked a haunting.
I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say this was a murder mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
not scary. If Tabatha could watch this, let's just say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about the marketing. I had a funny feeling that the whole making it a haunting kind of a thing would be a misdirect, that maybe that somebody's trying to get away with murder by blaming it on a haunting. And I'm just speculating. I haven't seen it. Todd is probably going like, you might not be too far off. Maybe you're right, but even the marketing kind of led me to believe that maybe that's the twist that like.
I was hoping for both. I was hoping that the characters thought it was a whodunit, but in reality there was a haunting too.
Yeah.
And it was, you get a bit of both. And I'm not saying that there's no haunting there, but it's not scary at all.
So all the scary elements didn't meet the tire diet level of creepiness.
Mm-mm. I mean, I like a whodunit. I like a murder mystery and trying to solve it, but as far as horror goes, it wasn't up there with my horror meter by any means.
I forgot to ask for the Nun too. So overall, I do grade ratings. You can do numbers if you want, but I do letter grades for movie reviews. For me rating, where would you put A Haunting in Venice? What grade if you were?
But what am I grading it on?
On just the enjoyability factor, the scariness, everything, the lighting. I don't care, whatever. How did it make you feel? Like if you were to go up to the writer and the director right now and say, "Here's your grade," you get for me
C minus.
You give it a C minus. That's where it lands for you.
Because
okay.
even the whodunit part of the movie, I felt like was very lackluster. It didn't feel like that wasn't even enjoyable to me.
I don't like that.
Shout out Issa.
But okay, so you would say a C minus. Okay, that was your.
I would teeter
on a D plus.
Oh.
Yeah.
So somewhere between.
I was disappointed. Issa fell asleep in it.
Oh yeah, she told me. She no, that I kind of guess.
There is somebody who I think is watching this podcast though, or will watch this podcast, and he was very, very happy with the cinematography.
Okay.
He was raving about it. He was saying things that I don't understand because I don't have a cinematography
background.
Yeah, but he said this is like a 10 out of 10 as far as the visual goes.
Okay.
I didn't notice that, but I thought it's important to let people, if you're interested in that, someone who cares about that, thought it was great. So if that's what you're into, maybe give it a try. Give it a try anyways. Make your own decisions.
Yeah. So it's one of those situations where visually maybe you would get some extra points, but the overall it's like a comedy. It's like how you judge a comedy. Was it funny?
Yeah.
It's a horror. Was it scary? That's usually what we're going to judge it on.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, and for what would be your grade for The Nun 2?
Oh, I'll give it a B.
That was a solid B for you?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. That was the so for that.
I like that.
I'm dead.
For me
rating for the Nun 2 and for The Haunting at Venice. I was thinking about going to go see the Nun today. Before we shut it down, we went through those pretty quickly. I'm actually proud of myself because I usually am so long-winded, and I'm like, and she's like already checking her phone. She's like, Chris, I got things to do. No, I'm just teasing you.
Sorry. No, the person that I said that enjoyed the cinematography, he's actually in the chat right
there,
now.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you lie. That movie was awesome. The visuals are. But let's I guess let me run down it real quick. Let's see what I might have overlooked. I'm gonna go down the chat real fast so you guys don't think I'm ignoring you. What did I miss? Jesus, let's go back to NSYNC. Let's talk about it. I would laugh so hard if NSYNC did a song called NSYNC Back. I'm a fan. Oh, yeah, you read that one too. I'm a fan. Been a fan since elementary school. What else did we miss here?
I read almost all of them except for the end.
I'm down. Hopefully, it's going to be in May. What were we talking about?
The
then?
NSYNC Reunion
The
Tour.
reunion tour? Okay. And I got all those. Anything else? It was Itzy in the live chat saying, Jesus, because they talk for hours in rooms, I wouldn't want to be wearing a blindfold the whole time. But the Love is Blind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny. You blindfold them. You walk around.
You're not going to be able to fall in love if you're like
worried about
blindfolded. They'll like literally like play games and like they'll play beer pong, not with each other, but they'll be like, okay, I made one, or okay, you drink, now you drink.
Blindfold games is good. Whose butt is this? No?
You're gonna get sued.
I got that sound effect, don't I? Yeah. Yes, I got that. You were already right. I forgot I should have put that one up. There it is. Yeah.
Some of y'all are about to get sued.
There we go. Itzy continues. It was too old. I didn't meet the criteria.
But
I was
so
too old
hot.
for Love Is Blind. I was too old. I didn't meet the criteria. I mean, don't they change the criteria almost every? Don't they do it? What you think they'll ever do a show for people in their 30s and up?
There's one right now, and it's about cougars. It's all older women. Real quick, it's all older women, right? And they go on a dating show because they like younger guys.
Okay.
But all the younger guys are their sons. So they're like meeting like their other cougar friends. They're like meeting. Well, they're not friends, but they.
So
meet,
your cougar friend will be
they're
dating your son.
Yeah.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, or something like that. I haven't watched
They're
it.
gonna call that cougar fights because that's all that's gonna be. You broke my son's heart. Oh my God, cougar fights. Say Jesus can see people don't get that friendships are strong, and in the court system, getting character letters helped, like in Better Call Saul. He wrote 1,000 just to help out a friend in need. He wrote, okay. I mean, now I understand the concept of the letters and everything, but you got to also remember the family members and the friends of the victims are also writing their own letters too. It's a balanced situation, and maybe it can convince a judge one way or the other. But that judge's response themselves was it cut deep.
I didn't see it.
We talked about it yesterday. Yeah, you got to look up the judge's response.
I love when the judge like really lays it down on them.
It was a long letter.
But
it was like, I mean, this is just me paraphrasing. Like, you might believe that maybe justice has failed you, and that but let me assure. Pretty much, you might feel like this is all unfair and that you're being mistreated, and this is all unfair to
Danny
you,
Masterson.
To Danny Masterson. Yeah. But pretty much, let me assure you, no, you were judged by your peers, and this is happening. 30 years to life.
It's a big one.
But I'm just paraphrasing. I couldn't remember the whole thing.
I'll watch it.
Real fast. How long have we been streaming for? It's been an hour, right? About going on an hour. Going back to Goosebumps. Jesus, I was in Goosebumps since I was in elementary. I think we already read that one too. Seth Amador says hi.
Hi, Seth.
Is that cinematography right there?
Yep.
All right. Hey, what's going on, Seth? How you doing? Welcome to the Rundown. Hell yeah, and we cosplay for that.
We did.
For the, what was it, the nun?
Mm-hmm. Me and Jesus were the only ones.
That would cosplay?
Mm-hmm.
He was a priest?
Yeah.
And let's see, Annabelle versus the nun, we need that. How would that happen? How would you mean the demon that's attached to Annabelle versus the nun demon, maybe? No. Wouldn't that be too Grudge versus Ring? Have you ever seen the Grudge versus the Ring?
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, in Japan they made it.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah, if my friend Amber is watching this, she's gonna be on my ass because I haven't seen it.
The Grudge versus the Ring was pretty good. Mm-hmm. How they balanced out without giving it away. One of the ideas was, okay, you know how the Grudge attaches itself to its victims, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. So if I remember correctly, they went to the Grudge. The way they thought that they could defeat the Grudge and the Ring was by having them fight each other. The people that would start. So they were like, well, what can we do? Let's get the tape, play it in that Grudge house, and once we activate the grudge, and then the ring like that activate both curses and try to cancel it out. And when I'll tell you what happened, I was like, oh shit, this is brilliant. This is happening. But then the twist at the end, I never saw coming, and I will not tell you.
I want to watch it now.
I recommend The Grudge versus The Ring was pretty good, but
I want to watch it.
It was a good plan, but your plans can fall to the wayside. Chris, you were absolutely right on the THOV.
I saw that one.
The Haunting Venice. Oh.
That's Ahon. Issa, what were you talking about? THOV.
I love hearing that I was correct, but I don't know what we're talking. The THOV. THOV. What is THOV? Jesus continues on. Justice for Tyler. She needs a real haunting movie. I was expecting it to be scary. Murder mystery is what Issa continues on. Murder mystery is what it was minus the haunting. And Seth continues to say hi. He was trying to get everybody. Oh, he's talking to everybody in the chats. This movie, Haunting in Vegas, is the best movie ever. 10 out of 10. Haunting in Vegas?
I think he meant Venice.
So yeah, as we're talking about haunting, yeah, that'd be funny. Like I used to do that too. Whenever I didn't want to talk about how bad something is, I would just change the subject.
She said she was talking about the haunting of Venice, but it's
a
haunting in Venice. But it's okay.
Okay.
She hated it that much. She doesn't even care.
My theory was. She said my theory was pretty much right.
Oh yeah.
That was Seth that commented that you, Tyler. He's in the chat. Oh yeah. Oh, we see Seth Amador. This had the black and white flashback to where it was good. The black and white flashback.
Yeah, he's talking about the scenes in the movie.
Okay. And rounding off the comment section here, I skipped on it to go meet Kevin Hart. Oh, that was that day? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. What about Million Miles Away? That was a good movie too. Million Miles Away. I haven't seen it. Yeah, I need older criteria. Going back to Love is Blind.
I wasn't calling you that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I need older criteria for shows, but I don't want to be a cougar. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He looks 25. Let's be honest.
Yeah, The Haunting of Venice. That's what she meant. Yeah. No, let's stick on this cougar thing. Come on. I mean. Like, no, so I'm never gonna. She's like, no.
Yeah, we're not going there.
We're not gonna go there.
We're not going there.
Not gonna do it. But I feel like for me, no. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Rundown. This late Friday edition. I'm gonna go play some Call of Duty. I want to thank Tyler Cossey for Cossey. I keep wanting what am I doing? Is that the long? What is it? The long O? What am I doing?
I don't know.
Like you're co-signing or something?
Yeah. Just think like coffee, but with the S.
Tyler Cossey.
There you go.
For helping me out with today. Everybody else was canceling on us. Itzy was like, I don't like your face, Chris. So I'm just joking.
It's understandable.
That's what Joyce said to me too. He's like, I don't like your face.
I get it.
Appreciate you for coming through and helping me with these topics today.
No problem.
And if people want to reach out to you online, where can they do that?
At @tiredie_ on everything except for X, which is just @tiredie.
@tiredie. Yeah, that's right. We made the underscore disappear, didn't we? All right, awesome. Mm-hmm. I think that today was I learned a lot about myself. I think I'm in love with NSYNC even more. I think my love for NSYNC has been renewed, and that's all that matters.
And we're here for the reunion tour.
We'll be there front row with our with the glow sticks.
Yep.
And stuff. So
Jesus will be in cosplay.
as which is as which member?
Oh. No, he'll just go like as a horror or anything, and
I would go in
invite him on
cosplay
stage
as the boy band from Turning Red. That's what. Did you ever see them? You never saw Turning Red?
I'm not that old.
Turning Red it came out like 2 years ago.
Oh, I have no clue.
Oh yeah, because it's not a horror movie. She's like, it's not. Is that a horror movie? No. Doesn't it sound like a horror movie? Turning Red.
It does.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
Disney.
Okay.
So yeah, I should have just tricked you into watching it.
Right.
Guys, that's it for this episode of The Rundown. Guys, don't forget to check out the podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTubes and all the Twitches and all the Facebooks and all the good stuff there. And the social medias at at T3 Media Studios. Appreciate you guys for sending your thoughts, your questions, and comments on the chat and keeping this interesting. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Be safe out there. Hey, guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.